in a video I previously discussed how cougars, lions, and leopards like to take on prey bigger than themselves, like the guanaco. The guanaco is three times the weight of your average cougar, and cougars know this. However, they will continue the stalk and proceed to eat the guanaco. Sometimes the mother is desperate and will try to kill it to feed her cub. Honestly, cougars aren't that bad. They would only attack you if they felt their cubs were endangered, or if you were just stupid enough to go near their cubs and they felt threatened. No, some big cats like lions will charge without much provocation if they consider you as a threat. And bears have been known to compete with cougars, both for food and for prey. So cougars live in Yukon to Argentina to Patagonia. But what might be the biggest flex is the lynx, also called bobcat. These animals prey on animals like snowshoe hares, roes, deer, in some cases. They're also called Eurasian lynxes because they hunt prey bigger than themselves. And they can attack you also. This is a wild cat you're looking at, not your pet cat. So yeah. They target animals like mouflons, musk ox, and reindeer for their diet, for their extensive diet, and I feel like they're opportunistic feeders. And they have been known to eat snowshoe hares, which are a main meal of their diet. Snowshoe hares are basically white little rabbit, fluffy little rabbit, like, kind of like this little rabbit. And lynxes have been known, and lynxes are also called bobcat, and they are found in Canadian and are found in Canada, and they are mostly found in cold places, and they eat stuff like roes, deer, buffalons, muskox, and reindeer. Look at those paws, like, they're so big. And this cute bunny is on their meal prep too, because lynxes will attempt to eat these. And hares are pretty fast, but they're not as fast as, let's say a cheetah. But hares are pretty quick on their toes or feet. But lynxes are pretty agile, and they can attack, and they are good climbers thanks to their compact size. I believe a lynx can maybe smoke a cheetah. Just Google it. But really, the only reason lynxes are in this video is because they cosplay as house cats, even though they're wild animals. Some people will keep bobcats or lynxes as cats, whatever you want to call them. They are sometimes referred as to bobcats, the Canadian lynx, or really whatever. Next cat is like, it's gonna be the cheetah. What I mean, people keep bobcats as house pets. These cats can attack without much provocation. Do you know the Indian Gaur, the largest species of the cattle family? Yeah, tigers will prey on these big buddies, and crocodiles will. Although Indian Gaur can scare tigers and chase them without provocation. See those large horns? Those can impel a human, and they are bigger than the American buffalo. Yet the American buffalo can weigh several of pounds, and they can be domesticated. They're like a murdered cow on steroids. Just can't get over how freaking big they are. Like, they're like the size of, like, take a bison, a buffalo, and like a cow, and like take a cow, a buffalo, a bison, a Cape buffalo, mix them all together, and you get this fatty. I'm seriously, like, it's big. Like, this would be a nice meal for a predator, maybe the size of like a bear. And bison have been known to attack humans without provoke, and they fight grizzly bears. On the other hand, Indian Gaurs or Gaurs can be domesticated like cattle, but tell me about that size difference. There is a big size difference. I mean, look at that woman, how she just got thrown by this fat. Honestly, cows are op. They're like menaces, especially buffaloes, and like bigger ops like buffaloes, and they're sometimes misinterpreted as buffaloes, but they're bison. So if you ever get too close to this murder cow on steroids, it will charge you, and it's gonna be a deadly attack. Just look at the Spanish fighting bull, and really bulls don't hate the color red. It doesn't cause them to charge. They charge purely out of spite and because of their aggression. Also, never let your kid get too close to this dangerous herbivorous mammal. That bison are more dangerous than top predators. Like they're more dangerous than bears. And you're probably like, how can a herbivorous mammal be more dangerous than a omnivorous mammal? Well, that's easy. Bears are everything. Bison are everything bears are, but on steroids. And they are everything that cows are, but on steroids. Not to mention, bears will hunt salmon, and they can take out moose. So they'll have no problem taking out an immense buffalo. Although a buffalo or a bison can weigh several pounds, but I feel like a bear can tackle. I've seen bears tackle cows without difficulty, so they'll be able to tackle a buffalo or a bison, in my opinion. Although I could be wrong, but bears are generally dangerous mammals. Even the Kodiak bear caused one obituary and one death. Grizzly bears cause like 70 deaths a year. Also, if you ever see a grizzly bear cub, you better leave immediately. That means the mother is about to see. If she sees you interacting with her cub, she's gonna be pissed. And the next thing she's gonna give you is a halo and wings, and she's gonna take you to the heavy gates. I'm not even joking. Like most animals don't even play about their cubs. Even lions don't play about their cubs. No mammal does. Sometimes lion cubs will try to roar just like Simba did, even though they let out like a growl sound and they can't roar. You're like, how can a herbivorous animal be more dangerous? I mean, just look at hippos over here. Hippos are over here being misinterpreted as vegetarians. No, I think they're strictly omnivorous, and I'm not even being fair. Sure, they might eat pumpkins, watermelon, but just because they eat fruit doesn't mean they're herbivorous, because a mammal can still eat fruit but still be carnivorous. Like bears, they might eat a little berries, but they have to consume meat. Oh, and bears are piscivores. A piscivore is described as a carnivorous mammal or a carnivorous animal that primarily eats fish. Sorry. Imagine you're just at a lovely beach and all of a sudden you hear a yawning sound. You look and you see a hippo. What are you gonna do? And hippos have been known to kill rhino. And rhinos are like a bipolar unicorn. And not all rhinos have two horns. Most of them have one horn. And rhinos have been known to humble cars, so they are not friendly animals like hippos. And not to mention, they have horrible eyesight. Horrible in the animal kingdom. And they've been known to kill lions. A hippo would want to fight against a lion because it is bigger, has more sharper canines, and it's just overall more deadlier than a lion. See, look at that. That lion nearly died in the jaws of that hippo. That hippo could have ripped that lion to shreds, to smithereens. And then the lion could have been easily crushed by the hippo's sharp canines. Not to mention, the mammals will get into fights to mate with the cows or female. Literally, all male animals do that. They get into a fight, the intimidation begins, and they will fight to the death. The bulls will fight each other over the females or the cows and get hosted up so much that one male ends up leaving or either dies. And hippos are strong enough to bite an adult crocodile in half. Yeah, the same animal who picks off zebras like cereals. And I genuinely think that hippos are omnivorous, because if they were herbivorous, well, I know they eat mostly grass, but black bears and like grizzly and Kodiak bears are omnivores and they eat grass too. I just have a feeling that hippos are omnivorous and people are trying to hide it. You're not fooling anyone, hippos. We know your dark sides. You fight over cows. You're not herbivorous. In some cases, they will smoke elephants, and an elephant can easily stomp a hippo to smithereens. Also, his tusk his tusk is stronger than keratin, which is what the rhino's horn is made of. Hippo's teeth is made of ivory. Some hippos, when people are desperate, they are put out of their misery for their meat, their ivory teeth. And hippos use their mouth. They just like if that's not gonna fend off anyone. Elephants are like 10 times a hippo size. And a hippo can intimidate a rhino with those teeth. I just find this disturbing. They can fit a whole watermelon into their mouths and just crush it. We cannot do that. Yeah, hippos are just cows on steroids, and I don't even know why they are called river horses.